With rumors of a return to Barcelona never really dying down, Leo Messi shocked the world by announcing a move to Inter Miami. The legendary Argentinian will soon join the team owned by David Beckham in a truly spectacular move for the MLS. So naturally, this will lead to more superstars following his lead. After Busquets joined his ex-Barca teammate, do not expect the procession to stop. So let us look at the footballers that could follow Messi to the MLS. But before that, it's worthwhile exploring the impact of Messi moving to the United States. You see, the last time a world beater of his class joined the MLS was the late Pelé joining the New York Cosmos back in the 1970s. Back then, the North American Soccer League was not the first name on any player's minds, but Pelé put American soccer on the map. With home attendance increasing from around 3,500 fans in 1975 to around 45,000 in 2 years, Pelé changed the tide for good. And that must have been part of his motivation too, being a soccer missionary. Many of the American soccer greats who first qualified for the 1990 World Cup were inspired by Pelé. Back in the day, the arrival of Pelé saw the likes of Beckenbauer, Cruyff, Gerd Müller and George Best make a trip to the United States following the Brazilian magician. And likewise, Messi, at the twilight of his career, could still make the MLS relevant again, with MLS facing a new competitor in the Saudi Pro League. Let's look at some players who could join Messi and light up the MLS, inspiring the next generation of superstars in the United States. It may feel like a long time back, but do you all remember how good Hazard was at Chelsea? How emphatic has his fall from grace been? From being the best player in the Premier League to an afterthought on the Real Madrid bench, Hazard has had a truly tough spell in Madrid. And as he enters the twilight of his career, a spell in the MLS could be a great option for him. In fact, reports suggest that Inter Miami want to secure his signature to link him up with Messi. Imagine that duo 5 years ago. Nevertheless, it's never too late when we might see the pair link up with Sergio Busquets behind them, making for some gorgeous football to be played in Miami. Sergio Ramos has had one of the most fulfilling careers in recent times. No Madridista can ever forget 92-48, and no football fan can ever forget his quality and never say die attitude. The Spanish legend played with Messi at PSG and might want to reunite with him at Inter Miami. Talk about a core of Ramos, Busquets and Messi. Some incredible quality right there. Jordi Alba was one of the most vital cogs in the Barca team over the years, and even at 34, his attacking numbers continue to be impressive. And this shouldn't come as a surprise that he is being linked with a move with Inter Miami to link up with Messi and Sergio Busquets. And while Luis Suarez has dismissed links to Inter Miami in the MLS, Jordi Alba might still make him make a move to Miami very soon. Inter Miami have lacked goals and creativity in recent times, and signing these three players could help tremendously regarding that. From one legendary left-back to another, Marcelo is one of the most decorated players in recent times, being part of the legendary Real Madrid side that won La Decima and countless trophies after that. After his Greek adventure and spell back home in Brazil, he may end up writing the last chapter of his career in the United States. He has always been a crowd pleaser and continues to possess exceptional offensive qualities which can be useful for most American sides. Jesse Lingard is a player who has always flirted with being very good and then deceived at crucial times. He has always had this spark of brilliance which he ignites from time to time, albeit too infrequently. Nevertheless, he has had a decent Premier League career and at the age of 30 remains a free agent after being released by Nottingham Forest. And while he has not ruled out a move to Saudi Arabia, he did spark rumors of a move to Inter Miami after using the Drive Pink Stadium of Miami that Messi is soon going to call home. When you talk about the USMT, their main superstar is Pulisic, and having him back playing in the MLS could be a huge boost for the league. Imagine how several years ago, Landon Donovan, the best player of the US men's national side, used to turn up for the LA Galaxy week in, week out, and how that could motivate young players. The same effect could be inspired into the next generation by Pulisic. In fact, the man himself has urged Pulisic to make the move back to the United States. And while he has joined AC Milan this summer, if the MLS continues to gather hype after the Messi move, expect him to join the MLS sooner rather than later. There haven't been many more unlucky players with injuries in recent years than Alex Oxlade Chamberlain. The ex-Arsenal man was shown a big vote of confidence by Klopp when he signed him for £35 million 6 years ago. But 6 years on and several injuries later, the Ox, as some might call him, has not been allowed to be at his best for years. And while rumours have suggested a move to Saudi Arabia and even Aston Villa, a spell in the United States could be good for him. After all, by no means is it the end of his career. If he feels he can get back to his best fitness, he can always return to the Premier League. And in the meantime, securing a good paycheck and exploring a new country might not be such a bad idea. Over the years, we have seen Ibrahimovic do well with the MLS and go back to European football with AC Milan again after having a successful spell with the Rossoneri. While this might sound tough to happen right now, it might not be so absurd in 6 to 12 months. There aren't too many players in world football who have had as much of a change of fortune as Griezmann. After a frankly embarrassing spell at Barcelona, his stock had never been lower, but last season, the world saw the Griezmann of old. The French World Cup winner scored 15 goals in his best season in years at the age of 32. And as he approaches the twilight of his career, an adventure in North America might not be a bad idea. You see, Griezmann's contract runs until 2026 with Atleti, and there is a good chance he will look to end out his career in the MLS. He even hinted at such a move after being linked with a move to the MLS. It's a dream of mine, certainly an objective in the future. Even in his Barca days, he appreciated the culture in the United States, especially the NBA, and expressed a desire to discover it more. We are sure that all of his American fans would want such a move to materialize sooner rather than later. So like any good list, we've left the best for last. Recently, Mundo Deportivo reported that New York City FC, owned by City Football Group, could be in for Neymar. While this may seem absurd at first, the more you think about it, the more it makes sense. For starters, Neymar is on the wrong side of his 30s and as a 31-year-old barely able to stay fit for a large chunk of the season, playing at the top level is a challenge. Add to that his $60 million a year salary and not many clubs could afford his services. And with PSG looking to end his spell in France, may not have too many suitors. Last but not least, NYCFC makes a lot of sense, because it is, of course, in, you guessed it, New York City. And with the vibrant lifestyle of the Big Apple, Neymar could easily be attracted to such a project. It could be a huge transfer for the league, which can easily be funded by City Football Group and put MLS back in the news. This makes too much sense not to happen. While Inter Miami might be winless for 10 games, the signing of Lionel Messi might signal a change of fortune for them and a new era of American soccer. And with the 2026 World Cup coming to the United States, creating a soccer culture could go a long way in the national side progressing further. So, which players do you think we missed? Is there anyone that you would want to see join Messi in the MLS? Let us know in the comments below.